Kaguya was the worst thing that came of Naruto story-wise, like literally the worst thing. Madara Uchiha was built up so much. This villain was crazy. He killed up all these people. They built him up so much throughout the entire span of the show that you were so hyped to see them actually fight him. But Kaguya just shows up and just kills him. And then now she's the true villain. And I was so mad when I saw this. I was pissed off. But after getting saved last year and following Jesus Christ, this story is basically events in the Bible. Now, just for y'all to see the comparison between the two, I'm going to start with the Bible first because I know that plenty of you did not read the Bible. So just for y'all to see the comparison, we're going to start with Genesis and the Bible first, and then we're going to go into the Naruto stuff. In the beginning of time, God created Adam. Adam was in this garden named Eden, just doing things God wanted him to do. He was tending to the garden and he was naming animals. While he was naming animals, he just noticed something like, there is nobody who's just like me. He went to every animal and seen that they also had partners, but he had nobody to help him do what he needed to do. So God put Adam down and he created Eve. Now Eve, she's the first woman on the planet and she's just walking around in the Garden of Eden and she stumbles upon this tree and a snake comes out and starts to talk to her. She doesn't know that this snake is a fallen angel from heaven, a demonic spirit, Satan, Lucifer, but she doesn't know. So she's just speaking to the snake and just talking with him. So while Eve is talking to Lucifer, Lucifer tells her, if you eat this fruit, you will be just like God and you will know good and evil. Eve looks around and she's like, well, I mean, this fruit does look good. It does look juicy. So I might as well just eat it anyway. So she winds up eating it. And then she gives a piece of it to Adam. He eats of it. Both of their physical eyes open. They look at each other and they're like, whoa, we are naked. They start to feel embarrassed. They start to feel all these negative emotions and they don't even know what to do. So Jesus walks into the garden and he's like, Adam, where are you? And then Adam is like, oh, I'm in a bush. So Jesus walks over, he sees that they both sin, and he winds up kicking them out of the garden. Now, if you read the Bible, you will know why they got kicked out, and I'm not going to explain all these things to y'all. I just want y'all to see the story of why the things are the way they are and how they compare to Naruto. But they got kicked out of the garden, and then they wound up having kids, Cain and Abel. Cain winds up killing Abel, which was the first murder in the world. All this is because of the corrupted seed from Adam and Eve, which was the sin that they did that carried on to their children. Now, in Naruto, I think that Kishimoto didn't want to tell the story of how humans were created. He just wanted to tell the story of how chakra came into the world of Naruto. So Kaguya is basically Eve in the Bible, and she is an alien from a different planet. Now, Kaguya's story is basically very similar. It starts with a tree and a fruit. She gets sent to Earth with a seed. The seed gets planted into the Earth and is supposed to grow this chakra fruit. Now, Kaguya is supposed to be there to protect the fruit and protect the tree and bring this fruit back to her home planet so they can eat this fruit and become stronger. So while she's on Earth, some people house her and she starts to grow an attachment for these people. And she, even though she's there, she's growing attachment for them. She's also not showing any emotion to them, but she's also not killing them. So she's there and some other group of people wind up finding out about her and they want to kill her. So she starts to run away from them. She's running all the way to basically towards the tree. And she's running with a friend that she had made. So then this friend wound up getting shot with an arrow. She kind of gets mad. She runs to the tree. She eats the fruit. And then she basically gains power of a god. And her eye opens just like in the Bible. And then she winds up putting everybody into a dreamlike state. So then her son has 2 kids, which is basically the story of Cain and Abel. But I'll talk about that another time. But the cycle of hatred starts in the show because of the fruit in the tree. And also to talk about Kaguya, She's supposed to be God on Earth and a person that basically created chakra. The thing is that she is just so flawed. Her thinking was basically complete control of everybody on Earth. God gave us free will so we can choose to find him and love him. In her eyes, she wanted control because she felt like humans can't be trusted. Which she is not wrong, but how can you follow somebody who is forcing you to love them? It's like being in an abusive relationship where this person is forcing you to be there. They're forcing you to stay in the house and love them. You're going to hate that person so much because they're not allowing you just to freely go to them. They're just forcing you to love them. It's going to be like God just appearing in the sky and being like, I am God. But that's being forced to love him. That's why Jesus says in the Bible, I love those who love me. Those that seek me will find me. God is a gentleman, and he's not going to just make us want him like crazy, like the way Kaiga had control over everybody. She was also very, very creepy because she didn't have any emotion, or she didn't show any emotion to her as anything. If you read about Jesus, you can just tell how calm he was and how he dealt with everybody with love and care. Now, as you can see, this story does take a lot of inspiration from the Bible. I think Prophet Lovi said these two things that sparked the revelation of this channel. We can't imagine past what has already been established. So the things in the future, the things in the past, the things in the present, they're already here. We can't imagine something past those things. Our imagination can't go past those things. And another thing he says that there's a little piece of God in everything. Its scriptures is the fullness of it, but everything outside of it has a little piece of God in it. Like even this story about Naruto, you see that it have God in it. There's other stories that I'm going to show you that also has God in it. The earth shows you that God is here. Everything shows you that God is here. The video games we play, they all have little traces of God in it, and I'm going to point all those things out for us. So the thing is like, if we notice these things and we connect all these things, we start to see that God is literally in every little thing that we watch, hear, smell, taste, touch, everything. So do me a favor, like this video, comment. I'm going to be answering the first couple of comments in the first week that this video is posted. So if you have a good question, like an open-ended question that I can answer about God, about anything about Naruto, just put it in the comment section. I'll gladly answer those questions. But anyway, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and you need to like the video.